Hey, Pooh. Hey, it's your girl Shay Renee, and I want to welcome everybody back to my channel and back to a new video. Now, listen, I really hope everyone can hear me okay. Listen, as promised, I told y'all if need be, I would crank up the emergency live. Period. I told y'all that, and baby, I was not lying, okay? Guess who online ain't playing no games? Me, okay? This one. So guess what? We're gonna talk some Diddy, okay? Just like the title says. Y'all make sure y'all get in here. Um Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed already, click subscribe and click the bell notification so you know every time your girl goes live, okay? Because as you can see, child, you don't never know when it's gonna happen, okay? So anyway, I didn't pop up on the scene with a gangster lean a little bit. All right. And I'm going live for y'all, okay? This is an emergency live. So we can talk about Diddy, his son Christian, aka King Combs being now in a lawsuit, okay? With Diddy. Well, now having his separate lawsuit, um, outside of, Diddy, okay? So, hold on. Um, so Kristen Combs is being accused of essay, on a woman. Now listen, we talking self-proclaimed bad boy himself, Diddy, okay? Um, now let me just tell y'all, watching Diddy's career go up in smoke and flames is has not been satisfying, okay? For most people who look like that, okay? Let me just say that regardless of what anybody is saying and what's being thrown out there, I don't like how they trying to um just come down so hard on everybody for talking about it, especially everybody in media. First of all, you got people at work talking about this type of stuff. You know, um, it's like talking about it like it's the weather. What else is going on? You have you know, barbershops, beauty salons, like the real national news, blog sites, podcasters. I mean, it just is what it is. Like we talking, and I don't like how they trying to throw us under the bus for that. Like, no, 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 sir. Um, Talking about it and reporting on it and celebrating it are all three different things. Okay, they all different. But I will say this though, it's like no different than watching your neighbor run from the popo. Seriously, it's not. Like what you gonna say? Man, that's messed up, and then go about your day. Like quit acting like we owe Diddy something. Like I don't like that. For making us dance. I mean, it is what it is. Like what else has Diddy did for us, okay? And child, y'all know I'm old school. Child, like Janet said, what has he done for us lately? Okay. So anyway, shout out to that. But yeah, I don't like how they trying to play us like we can't talk about it. Um, Cause like I said, come on now, if you see a neighbor running from the popo, you ain't gonna do too much. You're not gonna try to help him. And you ain't gonna try to help the police either. It just is what it is. Shoot. But you gonna definitely talk about it. You gonna tell somebody, all right? And that's your right, all right? It is what it is. So like bump that, okay? Bump everybody trying to make us feel like we can't talk about Diddy, okay? Especially if you're a content creator, a blogger, whatnot. All right. We talking about it, all right? So yeah, it is what it is. Um, I just had to put that out there. Now listen, we got introduced to Diddy, okay, the self-proclaimed bad boy himself, all right. Um, Dang, when was it? Let me see. In 93, back in 93 sometime. But let me just say this. When we got introduced to Diddy, Diddy was rich, allegedly, apparently, And like, I'm not going to say we couldn't figure out how, but like, it was Diddy, it was Tupac against Biggie. Y'all remember that? And like, podcast Suge, West Coast Suge, excuse me, y'all know West Coast Suge, NFL, ex-NFL player Suge, you know, um, established businessman, hooked up with Dr. Dre, started his own label, Death Row type of guy, right? Type of thing. So Pac was over there with Suge, and then you had Biggie, over here with Diddy, okay? And again, um, Diddy seemed to have the bag, right? Diddy already had a bag when he got introduced to us, okay? But how? Where? Okay? This, again, this rabbit hole goes far, all right? It goes long and far. And like one thing about your girl Shay Renee, y'all know I love me some research. I'm gonna do me some research, okay? Uh, so shout out to that. Hey, King Cooper. I appreciate you for jumping in my comments and make sure you hit the like button. Now as far as Diddy goes, child, Diddy, where you seen the news line Diddy got locked up? Because Diddy ain't locked up. He out here doing a whole lot, all right? And allegedly, word on the curb is Diddy been doing it since 93, all right? So anyway, we got introduced to Diddy with some money, all right? Diddy was already, like, he had money when he came on the scene. And like I was saying, like, how, when, where, why, where did it come from? Um, I'm gonna have to do my research on that. Has anybody ever did an interview on Diddy to ask him where this money has come from? You know what I'm saying? Seriously, it is what it is. Okay. So again, your girl Shay Renee. I've been doing my research. Y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea. So y'all don't got to like that. It's gonna drive me to hold this long like this. And I knew it is what it is, okay? This is emergency live. Sometimes when things are an emergency, you just gotta roll with it, okay? You don't you're not prepared for that. So anyway, shout out to that. Now Diddy. No, he came out to us as Puff, okay? And 9-3 is around when Bad Boys got started. Now, whole time, unbeknownst to us, we had no clue. Diddy was allegedly a sugar baby, okay? Eek, it is what it is. You follow me. Diddy was allegedly a sugar baby to a man um by the name of Clive Davis, okay? And I believe when Diddy met Clive, Clive might have already been in his 50s, okay? And Diddy was allegedly 21, anywhere from 21 to 23 when they met, all right? But word on the curb is, uh, now listen, word on the curb is, Bad Boy was funded by Clive Davis, okay? For the startup funds. Now, if you let Clive tell it, he got with Diddy, um, and told this story about how Diddy knew, whatnot. Let him listen to some music, and he hired him, and brought him on. But again, he never went into detail about how he helped Diddy or whatnot. So anyway, right on the curb is Diddy is like now more than ever. They starting to bring it back up. They starting to go all the way back to the beginning. And in the beginning, they are saying that some YT man, okay, a very wealthy, rich Clive Davis. Okay, do your research on Clive. I've been doing a little bit. Um, funded Diddy's label, okay? Found it with him, funded it with him and way back in 93. All right. Now this is all alleged, okay? Everything I say here is all alleged. And for entertainment purposes, all right? So let's get caught up. Now, the word on the curb is Diddy and Clyde Davis allegedly had a relationship, like a relationship that included the SDX word, right? And if you ask me, that's how all of this got started. I mean, it just is what it is. If you ask me, that little old piece of information, him meeting this man between 20 and 23 years old, and then going into business with him, as well as starting some type of relationship with him, okay, on low, where they being gay men, okay, it is what it is. Or let Clive Davis tell it, bisexual men. Because Clive Davis said he came out in 2013 as bi, okay? But if you ask me, that's why all of this started 30 years ago, okay? And it just spiraled. It's just spiraled up until now. Like, Diddy has really allegedly lost complete control over this beast, okay? That has formed and been brewing for 30 years. Not to mention that some people think, hold on. Yeah, not to mention some people think that Diddy and Clive dated for 5 to 7 years. All right, which is probably true. But let me just say this though. Yeah, Diddy gotta hang in there. He gotta hang in there. All right, cause yeah, through the mud. It is what it is. Now, if he dated Clive Davis all the way, if he dated him for 5 to 7 years, that would bring us, um, I'ma say, I'ma say, until around 2003-ish, or down there right before the time that he met Cassie. Um, and him and Cassie was together until Kim passed away, okay? Excuse me, in 2018. Now, remind you, Diddy is being accused of some foul play with his baby mother's past and Kim Porter, okay? It's all alleged. But Kim passed away from some flu-like symptoms, okay? in 2018. Now Cassie left Diddy that same exact month that Kim passed. Okay. Like she fled. Cassie booked. Cassie got the heck up out of there. Okay. Um, but again, all of this I feel like is caused between a hidden sexuality. I mean, it just is what it is. I think if Diddy is in fact bi, if he would have lived in that truth a long, long, long time ago, he wouldn't be in none of this mess that he in. Cause Diddy is in a lot of mess. Okay, when I say a lot of mess that links him to being bi. You know, it is what it is. Just to being bi. Remind you, like I was saying, Clive Davis came out in 2013 as a bi man. In his memoir, he wrote about being bi, and he claimed that he had two wives, and up until his second divorce, he had never been with a man. If you let him tell it, Clive Davis was strictly with women up until the point that he decided to entertain men. Now, Clive said he has been with two men, one for 13 years, one for about 7, I believe. I heard him say in an interview, and he also said that he would not like tell who the men are. One of them was a doctor. He said he did say that, and the other one he didn't want to talk about who it was. Okay, which a lot of people believe is Diddy. Um, mm, but Clive Davis, if you let Clive Davis tell it, he says that there is, a such thing as men being bi, you know. And one thing I can say that I honestly believe about Clive Davis, I do think Clive Davis is bi. I do. Um, I do, for lots of different reasons. Now he might lean towards um men more, but I do believe that Clive Davis is a bi man, okay? I think he has used that to his advantage too. This is all alleged though. This is my opinion. This isn't a fact. This is just after doing my little bit of research. Come to find out, a lot of these people who sit at the top and are bosses and are in these powerful positions are allegedly bi. Like, I've been doing my research, like L.A. Reid, he's one of them. Um, it's L.A. Reid, it's Clive Davis, Quincy Jones is another. I know y'all don't like hearing this. I know y'all hate hearing this. But allegedly, Quincy Jones was trying to make some moves on Tupac. Was he able to bust a move? We don't know. We don't know. But what I can say is, y'all, they've been saying that these people that sit real, real high and look low and cash checks, they are gay men. It is what it is. And in Clive Davis' situation, bi. Clive says he's bi. Okay. And let me just say this before I get out of here on this topic. Um, Clive Davis has been linked to a couple of other men, um, allegedly. And one of them is okay, so it's Diddy, it's Michael Jackson, Eddie Murphy, Jamie, and Usher. Okay? All of them have had some type of linking to a man. Usher, we all know that they claim Usher was allegedly groomed, possibly by Diddy, for Clive, okay? And yeah, that's Usher's story. Usher has also been sued by a male before that said that he gave him something sexually transmitted, right? Jamie Foxx, another one who they say used to be around Diddy all the time, filming. Um, and allegedly they think that Jamie has been linked to men too. Jamie Foxx has been linked to men too. Again, he allegedly was messing with Tyron, the man from Menace to Society, the one who played Kane. If you let the streets tell it, Kane was I don't know, like a kept man for Jamie Foxx 4 years, if you let the streets tell it. He lived with Jamie. Jamie put him up in Hollywood, where type of situation where like almost like it is what it is, like a sugar baby, y'all. Okay? Sugar babies allegedly run rampant in Hollywood, and allegedly Diddy was one. And he grew up to have some of his own. Okay, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. Everybody know that people didn't tell stories about Eddie Murphy allegedly picking up transsexuals, back in the day. Um, yeah, and allegedly, Jamie Foxx has been linked to men, which let me just tell you this. Why I could possibly believe it. Jamie Foxx had a successful career, period. End of discussion. Okay. Now, Michael Jackson, they saying that Michael Jackson was possibly like not of age when he was possibly linked to Clive Davis, so we won't get into that too much. But let me just say another person that came up was um doing my research and my findings was a man named Shakir Stewart. Y'all do y'all research. Shakir Stewart was a man who, again, he was in Def Jam. Okay, this is what they do. They put you in positions. They call you a producer, call you this, call you that. Okay, Um, but really, you're a sugar baby. You're a sugar baby with a job that I done gave you. Okay. But anyway, Shakir Stewart, L.A. Reid gave Shakir his start, or some kind of way he is linked to L.A. Reid as far as like getting his start in the industry. But again, Shakir Stewart was allegedly going around talking about some orgy parties that Diddy was having, y'all. And Diddy allegedly told Shakur that he had video of him and L.I. Reid doing the do, right? And so they said that they got him to raise up. Now, this man, though, is gone. He's no longer with us. Mysteriously, he was found gone in 2008. The man. Okay. But when you do your research about the man, all kinds of pictures pop up. You know, again, it's another rabbit hole. Hold that thought. Your girl Shay Renee will go deep and do the research. And I do my research. It is what it is. A lot of pictures pop up with this man surrounding him and a lot of different people. Okay. Jay-Z included. I mean, it is what it is. Nino, like a lot of different people. He was in Def Jam, okay? Again, a huge, huge, huge major player in Def Jam. Allegedly linked to being bi or gay, okay? It is what it is. And I kept running through that, running to that, running through that, running to that. It is what it is. Um, And I hate to say it, I hate to say this, and I know y'all don't want to hear this, but it's starting to seem like that's how it goes in Hollywood. Like it's 50-50. It's half talent, half what you can do for me, type of thing. Um, Now let's talk some of the new details that's coming in about Diddy, y'all. Allegedly, there are some tapes, tapes being sold, tapes from Diddy house. Um, I don't know though. It's all speculation. Nobody has really seen anything. People just saying, there's tapes of people in compromising, situations and stuff like that. But don't nobody know that. And then they also saying that Diddy could be an informant. Excuse me, I hope I can say that word here, or an agent or a rally, okay, if you will. Y'all gonna have to use y'all imagination. Which might not be a bad idea. Shout out to that. Because like I feel like he needs somebody. Like Diddy needs somebody. Because he definitely got himself into some situations with some very, 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 very powerful people. It just is what it is. The more money you got, the more power you got. And hold on, y'all. I'm finna go get me something to drink real quick. Hold on. I really, really feel like the more money you got in life, the more power you got. Hold on. Just like Kim said. Yeah. Baby, that's one of my favorite songs right there. Ooh. Ah. E. Um, Look him online, child. When she say money, power, respect, what you need in life, money, power, respect is the key to life, baby. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. If y'all don't believe nothing else Shay Renee say, please believe that. Like, that one, I believe you can take to the bank with you, period. The richest people in the world, run it. For real, they run it like puppets. It's not politicians, it's not the governor, none of that. They just, child, they got the very least of the power. So anyway, um, it's the richest people. Remind you, one of Diddy's alleged victims came out and did an interview with the police claiming that Diddy is a part of the Black Illuminati, allegedly, okay? First of all, he says that it's a branch of the Illuminati that is the black people. Child, he had the name of it and everything. Is he telling the truth? I don't know. I believe there's a lot of truth to some of the stuff he said, period. And I told y'all what it was. Y'all gonna have to go back through my videos if y'all didn't see it, okay? But listen, finally, word on the curb is Mr. Blackburn. Ugh, child, eek. Um, Tyrone Blackburn. Listen, I don't know. I'm not trying to slander him. I don't want to defame him, but um, let me just say this. In my opinion, Tyrone Blackburn is a very questionable lawyer, just for the simple fact that, like, he take cases, but it seems like nothing ever comes about it. I'm not saying nothing ever comes about it. I'm saying it seems like it. All based on the T.I. them case, okay? I remember he had a whole lot of clients, had about 30 different women. Don't quote me, I could be wrong, but it doesn't matter. Like, he had a lot of women coming out with cases against T.I. and Tiny, and none of them stuck. I don't know if he's still going to court. So, like, again, I don't want to slander him in any way, defame him in any way. I'm just saying, like, okay, but still, he is allegedly the lawyer that takes all the cases, child. And he took Little Rod's case. He's Little Rod's lawyer too. But anyway, allegedly right on the curb is the son, okay? Christian, aka King Combs, has allegedly picked up on some of his father's traits. Hmm. Yeah, shout out to that. Not just the dancing in the videos and okay. Cause I like his little music. And he stole my little quote and put it in a song. Okay, anyway. But listen, word on the curb is Christian is possibly a little bit like his daddy, if you let them tell it. He allegedly is being sued because he did something inappropriate, I believe, essay with on a woman, okay, a young woman who is, again, suing him through Tyrone Blackburn, okay? Um, Now, let me just say this. This is what I wanted to tell y'all about Christian. Although I think Christian is cool. To me, Christian is an okay young man. You know, outside of what I'm gonna say, I kind of like the way he carries himself. I'll take it a step further though. All Diddy kids, to me, they just carry themselves with this class, about themselves, and I like that. It is what it is. But when you rich, your daddy in the limelight, you've been around money all them years, it's expected. It is what it is. He carries himself well, outside of this point that I'm gonna make though. I do not like the way he carries himself with his girlfriend. Ugh. Absolutely not. I hate it. Um, I just hate the way he touches and grabs on her. He grabs and touches on her like, I don't know. It's just cringy. Like, let's just say it was my daughter or your daughter. You wouldn't like it. Like he be grabbing on her, shaking her booty and stuff like that. It's just almost like she's a fun girl. Like she's a fun girl. She there for a fun time, not for a long time type of thing. And almost like, if you ask me, like, he kind of like his daddy. Like she might get a little money just to be around. I mean, it is what it is. Like, that's what he gives, when he's just spending time with his girlfriend. It is what it is. Like, he does her like that all the time too. Um, it's weird. It really is weird. Now, he could just be weird with women. He could just think, because he is Diddy's son, maybe he think that, like, that's the way he's supposed to treat them, but it's nasty. It's nasty looking and it's gross. Uh, Basically, he treat her like a video girl, like a video vixen. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's basically what it gives. Exactly how the boys treat the girls in the video when they be all on their booty and shaking it and acting like they biting it like an apple. Like, he do that, and this is your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, eventually, can you come out of character? Can you come out the video? Like, you gotta now. You know what I'm saying? He's just so cringe about the way he handles his girl. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, y'all, all of this is crazy. All of this is a crazy, crazy, lovely mess. You know what I'm saying? It really, really is. And, like, I'm not finna let nobody get on me about reporting on it. It is what it is. Ain't nobody finna act like I'm celebrating Diddy's downfall because I'm reporting on it. Like, go on with that. Hush. And leave us alone. Like, if you don't want to hear about it, turn your TV off. If you don't want to hear about it, skip to the next vlog. Like, it is what it is. It's enough news out here for us all. I promise you. Um, because it is what it is. Like, we're going to talk about it. Like, we don't owe Diddy silence. Are you kidding me? Uh, but if you look at the timeline of all of this, yeah, it goes back a while, okay? From the time when Diddy got up there on stage and thanked Cassie, with that eerie, when he won his Lifetime Achievement Award, that was way back in 2022, okay? When everybody feels like he was being messy and being weird, and Cassie's husband went off about him thanking her. That was way back in 2022, okay? So I feel like this been brewing for a minute, baby, like a pot of coffee. For real. And then I'll take it a step further. That's around the same time I'll be sure went in a coma. Now, remind you, they think Diddy had something to do with that too. Okay? Now, don't even get me started on all the all the suspicious deaths surrounding Diddy. Because that's another whole nother topic for a whole nother day. And I don't even feel like you and I have time for, okay? But let me just say, it's a lot. It's a lot of people surrounding, well, let me just say this. The only reason why I hate, addressing this part is death is a normal part of life, like the Bible tells us, surely we're going to come and go. The wage of the world for sin is death, okay? That's how we got to pay it back. It is what it is. Like, one way in, one way out. We all gonna go, okay? It is what it is. And that's why I kind of hate this type of stuff. But it is what it is. Hollywood has been linked to offing people. It just is what it is. Like, um, they can't prove nothing. It always be speculation. But there has been a lot of suspicious people to pass away around Diddy. Okay? Let's just say a lot of them. From, now don't quote me because I don't remember the record label name. But people like his ex, Kim, she was around Diddy. Um, Andre Harrell, which is another person who they think Andre Harrell was messing with Diddy before Clive Davis got to Diddy. Okay? They also think that Andre Harrell messed with Clive Davis. They saying Clive Davis allegedly messed with both of them. Now I will say this though. Before Clive get out of here, I wonder if he gonna like tell everything. Like just tell everything. Cause remind you, if Diddy was really messing with Clive behind the scenes and Diddy don't want it to get out, never wanted it to get out, that's a huge secret to dangle over somebody's head, okay? And I also think that's a one of the best ways ever to blackmail them and to get them to do things that they don't want to do. It is what it is, okay? Um, and remind you again, if you ask me, this is what got Diddy in all this mess that he in today. It is what it is. Messing with this YT man and hiding it from everybody. Okay? It's just one lie after another, after another, after another. To the point where people feel like people have came up gone. Like, not here no more. From them trying to hide certain secrets, different secrets. I can't say that it's all because they don't want nobody to know what they do in their bedroom. I also think it's money stem too. Remind you, Clive Davis he is he was a manager to Whitney Houston, Alicia Keys, um, man, lots of people, Christina Aguilera, but his biggest client of them all was Whitney Houston. Remind you, Clive Davis is linked to that. A lot of people don't believe Whitney Houston just dry drowned. They think Clive Davis had something to do with that. Now that's speculation. I don't know. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get to see, but I definitely was not in the Beverly Hills Hotel the night that Whitney Houston, you know, ultimately got out of here. You know what I'm saying? Was gone, or pronounced no longer here, but remind you, he had a Grammy party that night and allegedly knew Whitney Houston had passed away and still had the party, okay? If you ask me, that speaks to his character a little bit. And if you ask me, that places him on the radar as being weird, okay? At least weird, in my opinion, okay? It is what it is. Very weird, all right? Um, Crazy. Not to even, don't forget about Biggie. Biggie was around um Diddy and possibly Clive too. It just is what it is. Um, but Abby Shore is now, he feels safe enough because I think Abby Shore was terrified of Diddy, y'all. Terrified, okay? To the point where he got out the way and let Diddy raise his son. Child, it was a mess. Like, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, too. Because I never really fully did my research on that. But if you let a lot of people tell it, Diddy started messing with Quincy, okay, which is, I believe, Kim's son too. And pushed her baby daddy just out the way. Like, he my son type now. Deboed him out the way. Um, and it's crazy. Just push him away from his son all these years for whatever reason we don't know. Now they are saying that Al is gonna come out and tell his story, and I think he is, which we want to hear. It is what it is. Let me just say this though. Al B. Sure was allegedly around the time. He was around the time that Diddy. Let me just say this. Like I said, it's some people that they claim know things. Insiders, key players that really know some stuff. And they not here no more. And it's, who is it? It's Kim Porter, it's Heavy D, it's Andre Harrell. And I want to say they saying that Diddy is the only one alive out of all the people. So they think it's something fishy with Diddy and those people. That allegedly, I believe Uptown got started with. Yeah, I'm gonna do my research. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna do my research. But I'll be sure is privy to some of that. Like, he one of the ones that know some of the information that those people that who not here no more, he knows some of the information, okay? And somebody tried to off him, okay? allegedly in the summer of 2022. Now, again, I think this man is scared of Diddy. Been scared of Diddy. Now he has been trying to tell us that Diddy has something to do with it, but like fearfully, here and there, bits and pieces, not just flat out, this man tried to murk me. You know what I'm saying? Just say it. He been teetering around it a little bit, scared. You know, it is what it is. But I think that now all of this stuff is going on with Diddy, and Diddy, he feels like Diddy power is ultimately weakened and running thin. He say he ready to tell his story now. He just recently said that. Okay, so look forward to that. We got that to look forward to. But some folks are predicting that Diddy might be in jail soon. Some people think that Diddy might be moving, fleeing the country soon. And overall, people just can't stop talking about him. And I want to just say this though. That's similar to what the baby went through, ain't it? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? When they canceled the baby, speaking of the baby, y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea. So I remember when the baby was around Diddy for a little bit. And I told y'all, if you ask me, he was probably around Diddy and 50 Cent. I told y'all that. I could be wrong, though. I don't know what was his reasoning around Diddy. If I had to guess, I think it would have something to do with him trying to repair the damage that he had done in the industry that got him canceled. Like, being duh. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I could be wrong. He was around Diddy, though. Doing what? Lord only knows. I don't know what he was doing around Diddy. But he was. And so now I'm like, where he at? He been so quiet, you know. And that's really not like the baby. He be quiet, but not this quiet. He, up until, I don't know when, I gotta do my homework, I gotta do my research. He was like putting out little singles and seeming like he was trying so hard not to let his ship sink. He was. The baby was pulling out all the stops. Shoot, he even linked up with Sexy Red, child. And even Sexy Red couldn't save his sinking tank. It is what it is. But like now, I want to know where the baby is. Seriously. Because like he quiet as heck with all this Diddy stuff going on. And I'll take it a step further. Child went looking for him. In true Shay Renee form. Because I'm going to do my research. And child, this man had 3 posts up on his Instagram. I said, oh, Lord. And so it begins. He done scrubbed the Instagram. But I will say this, though. One of the posts was allegedly a brand new one. He had just posted 10 hours ago, it said. But I ain't paying no attention to what it was. Child, I just got right back in the internet streets and got back to cruising, doing what I do. But I will say, like, yeah, that I don't know what's going on with that. That was kind of strange to me, kind of weird, but I feel like a lot of people, okay, are attempting to file back from Puff. It just is what it is. And how some of them, like Stevie J, are coming out to defend him. Don't think he ain't making them kind of phone calls. Puff is definitely trying to get people to defend him right now. It is what it is. Like, I bet you he calling any and everybody he know possibly can't get him on the phone. I bet you a lot of them. He can't even get on the phone. Like, for instance, Waldo Kirby is allegedly he was just trying to talk to Kanye. Child, and they said Kanye, no, absolutely not, okay? Paid him dust. Which brings me, excuse me, to this next point I want to make. Kanye did say Kanye did say in an interview just recently that Diddy was an alphabet boy. I said, "Oh Lord, child." And I think Kanye just be talking. Let me tell you something. One thing about and Puff got to be careful with that, because one thing about Hollywood, they love to make people feel, look crazy. Just make them look crazy so nobody will ever believe what he's saying, type of thing. And they got that bad. It's either that or they just gonna smear you real bad, which I do believe. I do believe they will smear you real bad, but I also believe you got to give them something to smear. You just do. You got to give them something to work with. And I feel like that's what Puff did. Like, that's what they're doing. They're smearing everything that he ever done, for real. Okay? And are they emphasizing it, or are they mixing a little truth mixed in with a little lies? Probably, yeah. But still, I still think this is stuff that he's been involved in, for real. No different than the Shine situation. Remember the Shine went to jail for pow-powing a lady, but the whole time the lady said it was Puff? I believe that Puff had enough power. The people who had enough money invested in Puff, the people who had enough love invested in Puff, aka possibly Clive Davis, didn't let Puff go down for that. Period. It is what it is. But now the smear campaign is up and running. We finna bring that back up. It is what it is. Because that is actually something that you did. That we cleaned up for you. That we hid for you. You know? But like, those secrets are no longer, that we're not hiding them no more. They're out there. We put them out there now. And so, like, that's why I'm just not here for people acting like, don't talk about it. Puff he's successful. He has money. You know, he's made you dance. He's made you bob your head to some of your favorite music. He's introduced you to some of your favorite artists. Although he might play with them and did them wrong and treated them like trash behind the scenes, this is what he's done. So don't talk about him. Weird. Absolutely not. Like, who cares? All that to the side. Did you do these things? Like, period. Um, Now we don't necessarily care. Like, nobody cares. See, that's what people fail to realize. When you hide stuff, it makes it more, people care more. But Puff, nobody really cares. If you like men, like, it is what it is, nobody cares about that part. He makes it worse. Him or any other man will make it very, far more worse by trying to hide it. It is what it is. But I have told y'all before, I have really, really told y'all before, that some people just cannot openly be gay. Some people cannot openly be bi. Those people being, possibly those people being someone like Puff, a producer, a music producer, in the game, because one, it will possibly hinder his career. A boxer cannot live his life openly gay. A basketball player, an NFL player, most pastors. Like, you have to understand that some of these people will have to hide it. And ultimately, I think it will cost them a lot. It will cost them a lot. Um, or if not a lot, something. You know, because Puff could have been somebody who, ultimately, like I said, got his start from a man. Behind the scenes was messing with that man. Behind the scenes had a little boy toy, and that's that. And risk the fact of the boy toy coming out later on. That's that. That's it. But instead of having this one boy toy, because remind you, this been going on for 30 years, um, he's had allegedly possibly more than we can count, and it has just forced him to just do a lot of things in secret, okay, and hiding to the point where these people will do anything to cover up these secrets, okay? And it's crazy. It's almost like, remember when I told y'all Hollywood loves secrets and they love people who can keep a secret? Like, golly, it's only so much stuff that they could be trying to hide. And it's like, who's ducking who? Like, who's ducking who? I don't want people to know that I ducked that person. I don't want people to know that I ducked that person. You know, and so, like, those are huge secrets that they won't keep. What else? It just has to be the sex being hidden. The fact that people are playing roles as sex workers, you know, that would be a huge thing to hide, because if you got the role because we was ducking, that's a little different. That's a little different than being flat out hired, you know. Um, and then I'll take it a step further, like, did you even get paid? Or was it just like, I gave you a start, I gave you a role, your compensation was what's the word I'm looking for? Your compensation was fame. Like, all of that type of stuff will come into play. And then then that explains why it gotta be a secret. It would also have to be a secret if it's same sex. I'm married, or not a lot of people know that I'm gay. Not a lot of people know I'm bi. Like, it's not that many reasons to have to hide stuff. Besides sexuality. That seems to be why I want to not come out. You know, I want you to be able to be seen with me and people not question it. You know, and so, like, I really, really think that that's what kept Diddy in the closet all this time. If he is in fact a closeted bisexual man, okay. It's just because it's just too much at risk. It's just too much at stake. My whole career will go up in flames. If people knew that I was into men. You know, do you know all the rappers that would have never, ever, ever been around Diddy if they would have knew that. People like Jada, like I feel like we would have never got the locks ultimately. You know what I'm saying? If shoot, I'll take it a step further. There probably would have never been a Biggie. You know, I don't know though. I don't know because there's so many people who are down with it. You know, they down with it, and it's all for money. You know, it be all for money. Um, but again, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's all calculated. And again. I tell my audience all the time. That's why I worry about us. You know, myself and you, because a lot of us we want to go into Hollywood, but a lot of us don't know what's there. You know, wait on the other side. If and this is for real. If you let a lot of people tell it, it's booty bandits. It is what it is. It's a booty bandit waiting on the other side. You know, of the position. And like that's scary. That's scary. Ain't nobody got time for that. And I'll take it a step further. It's just not even about that, all about that either, because women, I feel like women go through the same thing. So like, you know, Nicki Minaj saying, like for instance, Nicki Minaj saying, for a beat, a free beat that you can party and make his draw. Like that's not nothing to really, that's nothing to I'm not gonna say brag about. Like that's not nothing to like put out there and make fun of. Because you know how many people do that for their careers to take off, to do that for their careers to stay afloat. Like that's not funny. That's not funny at all. And considering that uh actual favors get done, um negotiated, whatever, all the time in Hollywood, that's weird. You know, that's very weird of Nikki to say. You know, it is what it is. It's just it wasn't a Q bar. It is what it is, even if it's true. Because Megan isn't the first person to she wouldn't be the first person to do something with her body for her music career, and she won't be the last. You know. So that's scary. That's scary. That's terrifying. Um, Not to mention the most successful people now I be side eyeing, you know, because it's almost like actual favors go hand in hand with talent in Hollywood. And I told y'all that, you know, it's almost like eventually somebody gonna call you to do something that you're not gonna wanna do. And this is all speculation. But again, and then I think about so many people, right, who were thrown away for whatever reason. Um, I think a lot of people get thrown away when they say no. Seriously. I think a lot of people get thrown away for saying no. I also think a lot of people get thrown away just because. just because I really never saw a star in you. I really never had the power or pull to help you the way I said I did. Just different reasons. And I think about them. I think about them and I think about that. And like it's crazy and it's sad. It's crazy and sad. And one person that comes to my mind when I think about that is somebody like Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell was very successful. Well, let me just say this. Let me backtrack. Depending on who you ask and depending on what you're talking about. I'm not talking about money because I don't believe Tevin Campbell was compensated the way he should have been. But his talent made him a huge success, if you ask me. In the music industry, Tevin Campbell hasn't sung. Well, he recently was just singing and stuff like that, but like his music came out years ago, like at least 30. And with that being said, we still talking about that man to this day. That man blew the doors off of his song. And remind you, he's one of the ones in Hollywood who, to me, was tossed away and thrown to the side, and treated like trash, if you will. Why? Why I say that? I say that because Tevin Campbell was allegedly um, a gay man. Um, Let me just say it. After a music career, okay, and after rising to fame and rising to stardom, Tevin Campbell, okay, ultimately was allegedly called a streetwalker. Like a gay streetwalker. You know, and this was allegedly after the music. So I'm like, what could happen with Tevin Campbell though? What could have possibly happened? Because the talent was there. Like the talent was out of this world. Crazy. So what stopped his career? Why did it come to a halt? Why didn't he get as big as he could have got? Why didn't he get paid like one would think he should have had got paid with all that talent? You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, a lot of stars, it don't matter how bright they light shine. You got a lot of people who claim that they was done bad in Hollywood. Um, and it's crazy. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, it's tied in with sex. It is what it is. Just like even Aubrey. Aubrey O'Day. If you let Aubrey tell it, Diddy hired those girls to be ex workers. It is what it is. Like, it was going to be a different type of singing involved. Like they ultimately, it wasn't going to be the career that they thought they were signing up for. If you let that, if you let um, Aubrey tell it, Diddy did not want them for their musical talents. He wanted them for a different kind of talent, you know? And so how they love to say that, remind you in his lawsuit that recently came out, they said that Diddy liked to call up, you know, ex-workers, all the time, and he made people find them or whatnot. If that's the case, if you like to keep them near, then wouldn't it be in your best interest to know a lot of them? you know? And like if I'm personally putting you on as that, then I know I can hit you up for that, you know? And it seemed like that's what he liked. That's what the industry likes, you know? Crazy. Hey, Billy, shout out to you. Thank you for jumping in my comments. Way from London. Make sure you hit the like button and come back, okay? Welcome. Billy Gates. I know that's right. But mhm. Yes, 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 yes. But let me tell you something. I've lived a good little while. You know, I have. I've been here for a while. And we've been hearing stuff about Hollywood for years. You know, so it is what it is. And let me just say one more thing too. Bieber. Bieber has allegedly been tied to some of these people, tied to some of this stuff, although he hasn't came out and said nothing. A lot of people are tying Justin Bieber in with this stuff, this mess, okay? And if you ask a lot of people, Justin Bieber has been um done wrong, okay, in his career. Sometime in his career, if you let people tell it, he was done wrong and possibly inappropriately taken advantage of by people in the industry. With that being said, Justin Bieber is his wife, they going through it right now. She's asking for a separation. She's ready to leave him every other day. She acting like she can't take it. And again, a lot of people think it might have something to do with this Diddy stuff. I'm not sure. Who you talking about, Billy? Oh, yeah. Diddy? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Uh, absolutely. Yeah, Diddy. But I don't think Diddy was ever a street guy. But I get what you're saying. Let me just say this, though. I seen another YouTuber say that Diddy was possibly gearing to come out soon, though. Well, not soon, but just when he changed his name to Brother Love. And I said that might have some truth to it. That might have just a little bit of truth to it, but I don't know. Because they said that he backed out. He got afraid and he backed out, which I believe. You know, I think Diddy might take if Diddy is by, I think he either might take that to the he might get out of here with that secret. Might take it to the grave with him, or he might just wait till he old. You know, if that makes sense to say anything. To the embarrassment and all of that no longer can affect his career. It is what it is. Cause right now, I remind you, like I was telling y'all. Diddy's career would have never went as far as it did if people knew that. I mean, just really, really knew it. Not speculated it, because it's been speculations for years. And speculating don't stop nothing. It hasn't stopped anything. And I'll take it a step further. Maybe he could have saved himself a world of trauma and drama and chaos had he just would have came out, you know? hmm Well, I think some people possibly got taken advantage of, and those are the ones who will never, never return. Um, remind you because you got a lot of celebrities. You got a lot of celebrities who don't go to Diddy parties anymore. Like it's a lot of them. Nicki Minaj, um, Beyonce. Like I can't. Like the list goes on and long. The Diddy parties be for the people, the new people. You know, I remind you, Krishan was just invited to one. Um, you know, the Young Miami, the JT, the young folks. A lot of the old people that used to go, they don't even go no more because they know what be going on at the parties. It is what it is. But again, let me just say this too before I get out of here. Diddy is being accused of being a sugar baby and having sugar babies. Now that I believe, I do. I believe that um I believe it was something that was taught, like a learned thing for him. I don't think he just started doing it, but it's possible. But I don't think so. I think it was something that happened to him and then he turned around and did it. And let me just say this. Um, I don't think all Diddy sugar babies are women either. You know, it is what it is. I also think some of his sugar babies could possibly be men. Um, oh, I know it. Who you telling? It's going down in smoking flames. Um, but it's crazy, right? Because the gay men in it, they had to, I don't know how to put it, like they had to be doing something. And like, yeah, like they fit in. Um, and secretly behind the scenes, they've been running stuff. And if you ask me, requesting favors and trading accolades. I mean, it just is what it is. It's crazy. Remind you, Clive Davis is like very, very high on the totem pole as far as accolades. And Diddy is too. And the man who sued Diddy said that Diddy was offering him certain accolades like Grammys, producer of the year. So, like, I think all of that, I side eye it now. If you had a very, very, very successful career, I side eye it now. Like, why? You know, it is what it is. Why? Because a lot of people, it's just not our talent. It's not our talent. Yeah, producer of the year. Exactly. I'll take it a step further. Remember the young guy, Jay Versace? Jay Versace. I believe that's his name. Jay Versace. Yeah, I think that's his name. Uh rear of the year. The rear producer of the rear. Lord have mercy. Remember, remind you, he was just an influencer. That boy wasn't nobody, okay? He was really close to a TikToker before TikTok even came out. And he said something happened to him at Diddy house. Next thing you know, now he a producer. Oh, child, they'll give you a title in a minute. You ain't did nothing to earn it. That's just my opinion, and that's the way like Tupac said, that's the way it is. Um, and like now, yeah, now I'm just gonna really, really do my research, because they act like on the other side of stardom and fame, it's somebody wanting something from you. Period. It's almost like they don't they pick you because you're talented, but they also pick you because somebody wants to use and abuse you. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes. Uh, I know that's right. I know that's right, Bill. Um, But like, yeah, like it's crazy. Overall, I just feel like the patterns is being passed off. Like I said, some of this stuff from Diddy was learned behavior. Somebody taught it to him. He experienced it. It happened to him, and then he turned around and did it to other people. Um, and yeah, I think that's another reason why half the industry is quiet right now. They can't really vouch for Diddy. It is what it is. They was possibly either wronged or yes, I do sleep. This is an emergency live. hmm This is an emergency live. Are you up for work, Bill? What are you doing up? I'm glad you found my channel. Yes, I do sleep, but this is an emergency live because it's so many Diddy stories just every day, every day, every day, every day. Which that's gonna get old. Easter. When's y'all Easter? Today? Or you're still celebrating it? Oh, you're off work. Okay, for the holiday. Okay, nice. Nice, Bill. Where you at over there in the UK? Um, is it nice over there? A lot of you guys have been coming over here for work. Hopefully not being taken advantage of. Shoot. And being offered roles for your talents, because seriously, like this is crazy. Like it's again, it's half talent and it's half other things. It's starting to seem. Now I'm not saying everybody and everything. I don't think everybody runs into this situation, but I do think a lot of very, very successful people do. It is what it is. Like if you had a very, very successful career, I'm looking at it now. You know, and I'm gonna go all the way up and back to like how it started. Because like that's gonna be telling. It is what it is. That's gonna be very telling. Um, I'll take it a step further. Will Smith. Okay, Will Smith, very successful. Got his start very young. I want to research that. You know, I want to research Will's success and how he got on and stuff because Will Smith is another person who they claim is bi. You see? So like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I definitely think it's worth researching. Period. I do. Um, yeah, it's crazy. And like, yeah, depending on yeah, I'm looking at a lot of these folks sideways. It is what it is. And again, the news coming up about like every other day, them saying this is going on with Diddy and this is going on with Diddy. It's almost like I can't explain it, but it's just like they did Kanye. It's just like they did Kanye. It's just like they did the baby. It's very calculated. I can't explain it, but like, it's starting to lose its if you will. It's like another Diddy story, Lord. I think that's how we're all starting to feel about it. Because, like, even I don't come out and talk about every single thing. Like this live, I started it because Christian, his son is now being dragged into this mess, and being accused of doing some of the things that his dad did. So that's why I went ahead and talked about it. But like every other day, I don't want to report on Diddy. Um, but I will say yeah, they be doing people like that. And it's strange, and something to keep our eyes out for. I don't know if they trying to make him crack. I don't know if they, I don't know. I'm trying to see like what's the end goal. And I also wonder how long it's gonna last. And let me just say this: somebody said that they think Diddy, Reggie Wright, Reggie Wright. Shout out to Reggie Wright. He been doing a lot of interviews about Diddy. I forgot who he. I don't know if he used to work for Diddy. I forgot how he's locked in the music industry, but he knows a lot. Okay, and he been over there with First Bomb. Shout out to First Bomb. And they channel. I like their channel. I subscribed. I am a subscriber, but like, yeah, he been kicking out that content. And if you let Reggie tell it, Diddy might be going to jail in 3 to 4 months, he says. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is. Ultimately, I don't know if anybody wants to see Diddy in jail. Um, I can't say. With Diddy having all these secrets that he allegedly has and holds, I could see somebody wanting to see Diddy not here anymore. But jailed, I don't know. I don't know. Because, I don't know. Diddy seems to be way more powerful, and can cause way more harm to a lot of people's career than R. Kelly. Diddy is way more powerful and linked in than R. Kelly. R. Kelly just wanted to be nasty in Chicago, child. Chicago and Atlanta. Diddy wanted to be powerful and successful, and rub shoulders with the most powerful and the most successful, and he did. And like ultimately, I feel like this is the price that he's paying though. A huge, huge, huge price for it though. Huge price. And we just gonna have to see where all of this goes. Um, but again, I'm locked in. I'm tuned in. This story definitely has my attention. And again, I'm not just keeping it all on Diddy. Remind you, I started doing my research on Diddy's allegedly um, male gay lover and alleged business partner and mentor, Clive Davis. I've also started doing, just a little research on Clive. I want to know more about Clive and like, want to know more about Clive and like who he's linked to and, I just want to know more. It is what it is. So like, I'm tuned in, okay? Like a saxophone, you guys make sure y'all stay tuned in. Y'all make sure y'all lock in with me. Click your bell notifications because, like, yeah, I think this is a long, 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 long rabbit hole, and ultimately, I feel like a lot of people can be exposed, possibly will be exposed, and like it's just really, really giving us insight of like how Hollywood is ran. It is what it is. How these people think, how it's ran, and how ultimately the way the players play. Um, and dang, I forgot what I was about to say about Clive, but Clive, I want to know who our Clive, who else Clive is has been linked to, uh, because I don't know. Like for instance, Clive Davis, one of Clive Davis's clients is Alicia Keys, right? And I think Alicia Keys and Clive Davis go way, way back, way back. And with that being said, honestly, I think if anyone would be privy to know, like, know for a fact, if Clive Davis and Diddy have ever messed around, would be somebody like Alicia Keys, a Swiss Beats, a Jay-Z. I mean, like, old Hollywood, it is what it is. And people who have just probably been work just up so up and close and personal with Clive. Maybe he's let something slip out before, remind you. A lot of people were saying, like, why would Clive even come out? People already assumed he was gay. Like, why would he come out as bi? Like, what was his point? And a lot of people feel like, who knows, maybe the point was like to just get ready for something else, later on down the road. They don't know if Clyde is gonna eventually, spill more tea about Hollywood or not. I will say this though, Clyde is 91 years old. So and he still work. And he still work. And he still tied into the music business heavy. Um, But like, yeah, I want to do my research and I want to just find out way, way more, like way more, because I'm gonna go deeper. I'm gonna go deeper. I want to know, you know, how these people think, how they move, who all they link to. And another weird thing about Clive Davis here that I realized is, to this very day, they say Clive Davis lives in New York. Well, he works in New York. He lives and works in New York and Miami. Diddy do too. To this day. Now, to this very day, I don't think that him and Diddy do anything bedroom wise. But I don't know. We don't know. Who knows? But they both still live in New York. Like, Diddy got a house in New York still. And they both live in New York. They both live in Miami. It's just like, you know. But again, wow, no, I have not. Um, Now I do know it's a guy. Remember the guy? Um, you remember the guy with the long hair that was on the show with Simon? I thought he was being sued. Mm, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I wonder how far it stems back from. And is it all like based on American Idol type stuff? Was he doing stuff at American Idol? You know? Uh, Cause yeah, okay, the other guy, Paula Abdul is suing him, I believe. The other guy from American Idol. I cannot think of his name. He has the long, scraggly, ugly hair. Oh, I hate the way that man wore his hair on his head. Um, Paula Abdul is allegedly suing him. hmm For some type of misconduct. And that's the thing. Like I said, there is pictures going around on Twitter. I think I might have heard that. I think I might have heard that. Uh-huh. I think so. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. It's crazy though. Like most people, like for instance, Diddy story, we've been hearing stuff about Diddy for years. I mean, years. All kinds of stuff. It is what it is. But Simon, I never heard much about Simon. Nothing. Shoot. Ain't he from the UK? Just goes to show music, TV, and movies. Best to stay away from them. Yeah. hmm But the thing is, so many people want the success. What do you, like, yeah, from the UK. Yeah, he's from the UK. So was he doing that stuff in over here or over there? Yeah, but so many people want success, so there that is. We can talk about this type of stuff till we blue in the face, but there's still somebody that's gonna go up for that role, for that whoa. Mm. Interesting. Whew. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, Hollywood pays. It pays so well, I'd be lying if I told you, I didn't want to check or two, from Hollywood. It just is what it is. But it goes to show too, how they possibly it goes to show how they're able to, oh no, absolutely not. But it goes to show how they are able to just get away with so much. It is what it is. Get away with so much. These people fear being broke. They fear being regular. I take a step further. I think they fear being uh tossed to the side like trash. Again, because I was telling y'all, if you had a successful career, then I'm side eyeing it now. I'm wondering, like, was it all pure talent, or was it something else? Because remind you, one of the people who had a successful career in Hollywood, Halle Berry. Halle Berry was very successful in Hollywood, but just recently, Gilbert Arenas, I believe he told a story about something about her being linked to Harvey Weinstein. Um, Something about it's crazy. Halle Berry, as strikingly beautiful as she was, okay, we never questioned if these movie directors and producers and the people making the films, we never questioned if Holly had to do anything to be with them. I mean, to get the role, you know? So, like, I believe it's a rabbit hole, that goes deep, you know? And it's just all about, it's up to us, ultimately to do the research, just do the research, get the answers for ourselves, be more educated. But ultimately, what are we going to do with this information? Like, what's going to be done about it? Because you guys remember Christian Keys, the male actor that recently came out and said that, like, hey, listen, there is somebody who is like offering me money, to sleep with me. Like, ultimately, they like won't. I'm being harassed. It is what it is. I keep turning this person down, and I'm being harassed, like in my workplace type of thing. And with that being said, he was crying out for help. But like, who gonna help him? Like, like something, something has to change because ultimately there are a lot of key players, in Hollywood, people that sit at the top, people who have the say so, people who pull the strings, do the hiring, the firing, and they are like, you know, um, shady. It is what it is. Shady. You know what I'm saying? Shady players. It is what it is. And it's crazy. You know, it's crazy the thought because like a lot of us have children. You know, it's just scary. It's no way. It's no other way to slice it. Mm, interesting. You know, it's crazy. And like, yeah, I mean, the only thing that I could think of is just like we always this is what we be thinking, right? When the old people croak, you know, when they croak and leave, then things will change. We can hope that. But will that really happen if they just teaching the young folks how to do what they do? You know? Um, Cause like in the situation with Clive Davis, he if any of the stuff is true about how he moves, he just taught Diddy how to do it, you know? So it was, you know, it's touching generation after generation. And of course Diddy is teaching somebody. I mean, now who? We don't know. But shoot, some music producer. You know, some music producer, some exec, somebody. Um, and it's crazy too. These people hold a lot of power. You know, they do. They hold a lot of power and that's scary. Very, very scary. Especially because the victims come out years and years and years and years later. Not like when the damage is done, you know, like completely done. For instance, Clive Davis. Clive Davis is in his 90s now. So if this man is as shady as they have said he is, he's been allowed to be this for years. Still rich, still powerful, you know? It's crazy. Not to mention, they've been saying that Jay-Z is next. They've been saying a lot of stuff about Jay-Z, you know, and I just, again, research. Y'all know who gonna do her research? Shay Renee. I'm gonna do my research on it. Now I wanna know about Jay-Z. You know, it is what it is. Do I think that everybody is GAY? No, I don't. I don't think everybody is. Do I think that everybody does um inappropriate or sex involved favors for their career? Now that I don't know. You know, now that I don't know. Because I honestly feel like if you get people in enough of a compromising position, they just might, you know, they just might. Uh, Crazy. But again, I'm gonna do my research. Like, cause like I said, you know, they say that about Will Smith. Will Smith, they say that about Will Smith, and Will Smith is successful. Next, you know, like most of the people they say that about has been successful. And when I say successful, I don't mean just a player on the team. No, I mean the star player. Okay? Yeah, the star player from the Himalaya. And so, anyway, you know, y'all stay tuned, okay? Cause I am. And again, I'm gonna do my research. And when we talk Diddy, we're gonna talk Diddy like this here. I cannot just story after story. Monday, this happened. Tuesday, this happened. Wednesday, this happened. Like, no. I will get burnt out. You know, a lot of people say that Michael Jackson was a good guy. you know. hmm A lot of people say that. I will say Michael Jackson was very protected. He was very protected because a lot of his tea and mess barely get out. But what I will say about Michael Jackson is they say that he was not gay. I read recently that he was not a gay man. But they do think that um he was touched. I read somewhere that he was, yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, but a lot of people claim that that was because he was a kid inside himself. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Hopefully he was not into that. Hopefully he was not into messing with babies. That would be crazy. Um, but I do think a lot of harm was done to him though. Yeah, for real. Yes. But, they were very trustworthy. Like, parents are very trustworthy. Especially when these people have money, you know. Um, like for instance, they were like, just imagine a parent here. Michael Jackson wants to, hang out with your kid and, a couple of other kids. And, I don't know, it just starstruck. Could you imagine? I think a lot of parents were starstruck. I also think that a lot of people don't want to say it, but I think a lot of parents probably went through some of the same stuff. I think some parents also were what's the word I'm looking for? Naive. hmm I'm going to. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. I just think that some parents was very trustworthy. Like trusting. Like for instance, I guess I could see how a parent is gonna feel like it's Michael Jackson. Why would he risk it all to harm a kid? So again, I think parents did different things for different reasons. I think all of them have different reasonings. Some parents, I think they didn't care. Some parents, I feel like they really didn't care. Um, for whatever reason, whether it be money, because remind you, a lot of these people, you got to remember, a lot of these people come from a time where it's okay. Um, and I said that to say, like, you have to remember in the olden days, to, it was okay for parents to give their 17-year-old daughter to a 40-year-old man. You know, like like seriously, a lot of people gotta remember that. We are coming from a time where children weren't allowed to be children. You know, it is what it is. Um, what's that lady? I believe she said she was able to mess with Elvis at 13 or 14, like really young. Like children weren't really allowed to be children, you know, back in the day. So a lot of these, older people, because I remind you, Clive Davis is 90 something years old. I guess they come from that cloth. Okay, well, it was muddy. Let me just say that. The waters was muddy. Yeah. Um, seriously. So like I really feel like they did it for different reasons. I mean, I don't depending on who you ask, and that's a good question. I think that that would make for a very good documentary. Seriously, like find some of these parents and see, um, just get their thoughts. Get their thoughts. Like, what was I thinking? What was I feeling? What was the experience? Because like I would love, really, 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 really love to hear from Raven Simone's parents. People like her. How often were they around Raven? Because Raven, okay, I think some. I can't. I don't. I won't assume all. That's no. But Raven was young. Raven was young. She entered the workforce very young. She probably seen a lot. She probably did a lot. Who knows? That's her story to tell. But I would love to hear from her parents. A lot of these people, parents. It just is what it is. Like seriously. I think people are very trusting. Of who they leave their kids with. Hmm. Yeah, but but you know, everybody, everybody. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't, because I just feel like everybody, is different. Everybody's different. Like, back in the day, somebody might allow their 17, like I said, 17-year-old daughter to go off with a 40-year-old man and get married, but some parents, it's probably like over my dead body. But I definitely know that back in the day, it was, shoot, it was almost like an honor, for an older man to want your daughter. Back in the day, parents, um, they wanted their kids with successful people. For instance, like Tina Turner's mama, exactly how she was about Ike. She was happy as heck for Tina. You know, she barely knew Ike from a can of paint. All she knew was Ike had a little money, Ike had a little success, and she felt like he was gonna do, you know, take her daughter, out of poverty, It is what it is. Like, yeah, like you said, and money, They say money is the roots of all evil, and I do believe that, It is what it is. I definitely believe that. So it's crazy. And again, I'll take it a step further. Kids, I think kids should just, again, this is just me, depending on who you ask, To me, maybe children shouldn't even be working. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, don't even have them working. You know, make them be young adults. Okay, tell me what's the difference. Because I don't necessarily get the question. I mean, I don't necessarily get it either. So you tell me what's the difference. But yeah. Um, I don't know. I just assume that children shouldn't even be put in positions to work because it hardly ever goes right. You know, something goes wrong. Either they are, wow, um, like demons. But wow, that's crazy. That explains, well, I always say, you know, the Bible tells you to lean not, okay, on your own understanding. And so, with that being said, some stuff you will try to understand and you will never be able to understand, like why people essay children, do that type of stuff to kids. So we living in a, you know, like some stuff you will never be able to understand, like why Jeffrey Dahmer was how he was. Like, what? Like, okay. You know, so like, I had to figure that out a long time ago. I think that's why the Bible says that. Because like you will drive yourself crazy trying to understand. You can't understand why folks do some of the crazy stuff they do, you know? It is what it is. But like as far as kids go into Hollywood, like they're gonna always be, you know, it sucks. But the parents should protect them way more. It is what it is. The parents should protect them way more. Because back in the day, to when you mentor somebody, you go live with them. So like how Usher said that he was able to go live at Diddy house. That's the way it goes. So yes, many parents, you know, would give up their parental rights, relinquish their parental rights to managers and stuff like that. Now that I agree with. Now that I agree with. But you don't think they can protect them? I think there is some kind of way that, like, for instance, and this is a good example. This is a really good example. Ti and Tiny's daughter, their youngest daughter, she's entering Hollywood. Like it's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. She's a little star already. I'm guessing they're gonna protect her. You know, they know the ins and outs. Um, and I'll take it a step further. She has a little money. No way if they couldn't protect themselves. Um, I mean, you know, again, I just think that it's some kind of ways, you know, like for instance, how I was saying, it's a difference if your kid got to go live with somebody versus no, it's okay. We can see that's the thing. They'll be like, come out to LA. You know, come out to LA. He can live with me. He'll have his own manager. I'll take care of him. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of everything. You don't have to worry about nothing. Like that's the type of stuff that they tell parents. And with that being said, Ti daughter don't have to go through that though. You know, then she don't have to go through that. She don't have to go live with nobody for no reason. Her parents can afford to fly her to LA. Her parents can't afford to live in LA for 3 years while she filmed a TV show for Disney. It's just it's different stuff that I feel like poor people. Is that right? Well, I can say this though. You and I was about to make the same point. I just feel like poor people, it's a difference. It's a difference. It's a difference from how you can treat them, what you can get away with and what you can't. Like, period. It's people have been doing that stuff from the beginning of time. It's no different than a pastor. The nasty Adeline pastor that's into little boys. Well, he'll find a single mother, somebody who is single, somebody who needs his help, and then he gonna start flaunting that pocketbook around that mama, you know. He gonna be talking about all the things that he can do to help her life, make her life better, and her child's. Ultimately, that's what the promises will be, right? And all along, he doing stuff to her baby. He grooming her baby. He being weird with her child. And all along, that's what it was for. He sought out her, him. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't go after they don't go after two-parent homes and stuff like that. That's one thing I noticed about a lot of um, predators. It is what it is. Like I was trying to find another word for it because YouTube is so funny about what you can and cannot say. But like this, I don't know what else to say. Like that's what I noticed about a lot of people who prey on others. Like it's a certain situation that they be looking for. Um. So yeah, it's sad. It's really, really, really sad. And also, I think I hate to say it, but it seems like it's kind of like a never ending cycle. Um, for real, in Hollywood. And all this stuff going on with Diddy is just exposing it. That's it. It's just exposing Hollywood for more of what it is. And I think ultimately I think it's a place where like the sex word. I mean, I don't know. If I had to guess, I think it can be taught. You know, I think you can be born that way, and also it can be a taught behavior. I think most people it's learned. It seems like it. You ever heard we got the you ever heard all saying, um, hurt people, you know. It is what it is. Sometimes I think I see it as a learned behavior. But again, Hollywood is just seems like a place full of sex, and scandal. Sex and scandal. I feel like these people risk it all, or risk it all for their livelihood. And, like, you know, um, who can't relate to that? We see poor people do crazy stuff all the time, shoot, just to pay their bills. Like, people do a lot. Uh, yeah. people do a lot, just simply to pay their bills, just simply to get by. And I talk to my executive producer here all the time about, celebrity and stardom and stuff like that. And a lot of those people, I feel very sorry for because um, I think they be thinking that they can't, like, you can't go from being on a TV show. It doesn't matter how, it could have been in the 80s, you know, to working at a grocery store. Like they feel some type of shame. It's almost like once you're on TV, you must always be on TV or they go in hiding. It's crazy. And it's very sad. Very, very, very sad. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't imagine, you know? I couldn't imagine, I don't know, having fame, being famous, and then going back to regular. I think that just is traumatizing, to so many people. And I think that's why a lot of celebrities, a lot of them, they go in hiding when they're not rich anymore, when they're not famous. The fame is, I mean, they still be famous. Like for instance, Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell is still famous, but where's he been? If you ask me, he been somewhere in hiding. You don't see Tevin Campbell every day. You know, you don't see a lot of um, celebrities of Campbell's caliber every day. But yeah, you know, um, it's crazy. Hollywood is full of scandal, though. It's full of it. Um, it's crazy. I like how they be trying to tell us stuff in bits and pieces. They do. They be trying to tell us stuff in bits and pieces. For instance, like Will Smith. Will Smith clearly has a story to tell. You know, whether he tell it on his own time and or somebody else come out and tell it for him. Will Smith got a story to tell. It is what it is, and seemingly has been through some things. Now, one thing I can say about Hollywood before I get out of here, because I'm about to get out of here on this, is they seem to like sugar babies. It is what it is. They like to put people up. Remind you, a long time ago, it was a man that did an interview with Tasha K. Shout out to Tasha K and shout out to the man. I forgot his name, but he did an interview and he talked about how he was with a very successful I don't know. I guess you can call her like a call girl or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Heather Rose. Okay, remember Heather Rose? I forgot what she used to do back in the game. She was like I don't know what she was, but she was around a lot of successful men. Okay, she was another Ari, another Jada Waiter. Them type of girls to this day, today. And he was saying that he was with her for like I think I want to say 9 years. Like years, this young man was with this woman. He was with her for a long time or whatever, but just sleeping with her, doing, he said he was always under the influence with her, but she was a high paid escort, kind of like, cause he said a lot of rich men will come through and have sex with her, and watch him have sex with her. But anyway, long story short, whole time, when they finally broke up, he said he was feeling some type of way and like very saddened and stuff because whole time he felt like Heather was grooming him for Wycliffe. Child, I could have hit the flow. I said, what? First of all, one, who knew Wycliffe was gay? Who knew he was gay or bi? Cause he married. He married now, so who knew he was even like that? And then two, yes, 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 yes. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that. That movie was popular when I was a kid. I never watched it as an adult. I gotta watch that movie because that movie keep coming up. It was a young man saying that, like, yeah, he was. He was. He said he was grooming him for him. And ultimately, yeah, uh, yeah, okay. Why? Why you say that? Because the Pretty Woman thing? I want to watch that. I gotta watch that movie. I'm gonna look for that because that movie keep coming up right now, and they wanna like they're comparing it to like what Diddy and Young Miami had going on. So yeah, I want to see that. But again, yeah, he said that like whole time he felt like Wyclef Jean was grooming him, to be his boy toy. And he said he had, although the man was sitting there, he had a boyfriend. Now he claimed he had never been with a guy. Yeah, I grew up a little after that, kinda. Beatboxing. Um, when people still had boom boxes, they walked around with the boom boxes, uh, big, thick gold ropes, salt and pepper. Yeah, but it's crazy. That's funny. You had a boom box. I mean, I I think I did. I think I did. How old are you? How old are you? But yeah. And roller skates, yes. Oh my God. Used to meet up at the skating ring. Oh yeah, you got me. You got me. 15. You got me by 15. Um, but yeah, yeah. I went to roller skating parties and all of that. But the skating ring was kind of like dying off. Yeah, the skate ring. Yeah. Yeah. For real. That's what we used to kick it at as kids. Um, skate and listen to music. Yep. Yep. Those was fun times growing up. We were so young and man, innocent and pure is crazy. And to just know that like yeah, we could be kids. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Just to know that, like, that's the age that, like, people be wanting to, like, take your innocence and come for you and, ultimately use you in one form or another. And like the fact that you naive. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy and it's sad. It's a never ending cycle, though. I don't know what they're going to do about Hollywood. But anyway, I know one thing. I'ma stay on there about stuff, okay? I am. I'm gonna keep doing my research and we gonna you know, keep reporting on it. It is what it is. And nobody's gonna stop me from reporting on Diddy because he black. Okay? Because he looked like that. Okay? It is what it is. He part of the news. So yeah. Take that. Take that. Anyway, shout out to everybody who came through. I appreciate y'all so much. Um, yes, 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 Billy. You make sure you come back, subscribe, okay? Hit the bell notification so you know when I'm live. And I appreciate you so much. I enjoy conversing with you this morning. You enjoy your day. I have a live at noon. I'll be back here at noon, okay, everyone? So y'all make sure y'all come back for Word on the Car Express. We're talking that talk. All things celebrity gossip, okay? I'll see you guys at noon. Let me get back in the bed. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Billy. I appreciate that. I welcome. Okay. I'll see you on my next video. Okay. I love you all. And I especially love y'all for loving me. Bye.